guys, welcome to my channel, and in today's video we're going to be creating rooms inspired by different Disney characters. Was it a universal experience that we begged our parents to take us to Disneyland? I don't know about you, but my parents never bought into that, so I'm going to be today living my childhood dream through this video. So let's spin for the first room. We're going to be having Simba. Oh, that's a nice one to start. This is a really nice one. Okay, let's get started. So I've added this rock table here, and I want to add one of these ornaments as Simba, but I can't decide which one is best to use. There's this one which we could size up, which I think looks more like a lion, or we have the horse one. I think this one looks much more like a lion. I know it's a dog, but it looks more like a lion than the other one. I'm gonna add this artwork on the wall and another little artwork just in the entranceway. I'm gonna add a few like little paw prints kind of coming this way, I think. Like that, I think, like coming down here. I'm gonna add this rug in this corner. I think I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna put it in that color. So I'm gonna have this rug here. We'll keep it in that color, I think. So I'm going to create Simba a small little area in the corner where his bed is, and I'm going to size up one of these tree branches. I think I'm also going to size these down and have them around the corner of where Simba's bed is, like that. I'm going to add this little detail to the wall. Kind of want to add some of these around. Right, I want him to feel like he's still at home. I just added this art on the entranceway. I added this dream catcher above Simba's bed so he doesn't have nightmares. We know how much he missed his family and all the other lions when he went away. And then I added these two, which I feel like represent Simba and Nala. I don't know, I think they might be foxes or something. They don't look anything like lions, but this is the best I could do. I'm just gonna add a little desk in the entranceway. I think I'm gonna actually put this, and that's kind of like Simba and maybe Mufasa. I've actually decided I like this one more. So I'm going to switch this out for this. I'm just going to add this little tree trunk here, and maybe we could try find something to represent the grubs. Maybe the duck? The poor duck can represent a grub. Okay, I got a little bit carried away with the grubs. So most of them are actually sized up edamame that I thought looked a little bit like green slugs. I don't know. And then we also have some little lobsters that go quite well, and then a couple of toys and the poor duck in the corner. But I do think it looks quite good actually with all the grubs scuttering around the log. I think honestly that's it for Simba's room. So we have in this corner Simba's bed sleep area. We have this little entranceway with like the wicker baskets, my favorite little grub area, and then we also have these little footprints which I'm obsessed with, and then that's about it. So now let's move on to this kind of second hallway. We're going to have Pocahontas. Okay, I'm excited about this one because I know exactly one of the items I am going to use. Even before I put the flooring or the wallpaper in, I need to find this item. These curtains, hopefully we can size them up and they'll fit, because if not, I'm gonna cry. I want to make these work in a specific swatch, which is this one. I had to sacrifice the windows just to use these curtains, and they are overlapping a little bit, as you can see there, but that's the least of my worries. We're just gonna keep it like that. So for the wallpaper, you might think I'm a little bit crazy, but I'm gonna do this. It's because, right, this is the inspiration picture that I'm going off, and it's kind of like the sunset, the butterflies, and then she has the river and she stood on the rocks. That's the kind of vibe I'm gonna try and go for. Maybe this one actually. This gives the mountains, and then we can do those butterflies on the wall. So we could do these butterflies going across the wall. Can we make them a bit bigger? Oh, that's very big. Okay, we can do these butterflies going across the wall in like a spiral type thing. I also want to add the same dream catcher that we had for Simba, but just in a different swatch. I think I'm also going to add this on the wall because I can't remember the guy's name that comes over, and I probably should know that, but he comes over on a boat that looks just like this, so we're going to include that. I think I'm going to do these wooden tiles because they have a slight blue to them, and I want this colour scheme to be blue, browns, and the pink. I think because they're in the jungle, I'm going to add some of these across the top, and then I might add another one just kind of coming into the room there. I'm actually gonna add this because there is a scene when she meets John Smith, I know his name now, where she tries on his helmet, so it just kind of reminds me of the armor that he's got on. To finish off this room, I added this desk here to represent John's travels with some trinkets on, things that he might have picked up on the way while he was sailing. I know this isn't strictly Pocahontas, but I was really struggling to add things into this room and make it feel and look like Pocahontas themed. So I thought if I add this in, it takes up a bit of room. So here we have Pocahontas' little raccoon friend. We have the trinkets here. I tried to add some tribal things, more jungly things on the walls because she lives in the jungle. And around here we have John's armor. We have this little dream catcher. Here we have the butterfly wall from the scene where she has the butterflies, another little totem pole, and then just some other things that kind of I thought represented Pocahontas, but I won't lie guys, this room was very difficult to do. I struggled on this one a lot. Okay, time for the next room. Time to spin for the next room. Let's see which Disney character we're going to get this time. And it's going to be Aladdin. Ooh, this one could be good. I don't think we're going to struggle with this one this time. So for Aladdin, I don't want to do it like the rich Aladdin. I want to do it the Aladdin at the beginning of the film. So he lives within the streets by all the markets. So I'm going to do this one for the wallpaper. And he lives in like on top of the buildings where the markets are, and there's lots of rugs and tapestries, so I'm going to try and recreate something similar to that. They really didn't have a lot of money, but they did try to make it look as beautiful as possible. So as this is going to be the study area, I'm going to use this desk. I'm just going to use an old wooden chair. I'm going to use this flooring because it looks quite worn. I think I'm going to add a few like cracks in the walls and things, just so it looks a little bit run down. Okay, so they had really nice tapestries all over the walls, so I'm going to try and add something similar to that, but I feel like I'm just going to add those there and also add some posters above here. I'm going to add these again in here. I want to add a lot of clutter in here, some books. I feel like Aladdin would have been quite messy, so there might be some clothes in a pile. They used to steal quite a lot of things, so I think I'm going to add this here. Supplies that Aladdin and Abu might have gathered over time. It's a little bit of a messy study. Things just kind of everywhere, things shoved in corners. I am actually going to place this fruit bowl here. I might add these, some canvases. This is an old storage space at the top of the market that they've just kind of moved themselves into, so it's going to be very cluttered. I am actually going to add Abu, and I've added him here next to the fruit because you know how much he loved stealing things and eating the fruit. Okay, so I think we need like a tapestry rug in here. Oh, I love that. I think I'm just going to add a few rugs everywhere, all over the floor. I know we have this one that can go like under there possibly. I wonder if we have some sort of lamp that could represent Genie and the lamp. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this, and I found this, and I know it isn't a lamp, but it's the closest thing I could find. It does kind of look like the Genie's lamp, so we're gonna use that. I think this is gonna be it for Aladdin's study. It's very cluttered, it's very messy, exactly what I would expect from Aladdin. We have his little study area over here, lots of canvases and paintings on the wall. We have this little section here where he might have stolen things from the market. Don't tell anyone. And then here we have Abu sat on his crates next to the fruit. And then we have the Genie's lamp. Okay, 3 rooms down, 2 more to go. Let's see what we're gonna get for the next room. Okay, for this one, I'm hoping we get something quite different. Oh, is that Moana? Oh, it's Moana! Okay, I'm glad we got this one. Should we do the kitchen or the living room for Moana? I think we're going to do the living room. So I have a feeling we're going to be using a lot of island living for this room. I'm going to use this one. Then I think I might actually change the flooring because that doesn't really go to this. I'm going to use this as a sofa, and I think I might use the matching chairs. Maybe I might even use some of these. I like to mix and match it a bit, so I'm going to use, these are all from Island Living, but I'm going to use this cute little egg seat, I guess, and then this little buffet seat. I want to do something blue, I think. That is quite nice. Oh, in that colour, that looks amazing. I think I'm going to use a few of these little hanging plants that you can actually get from Debug. We'll fit the TV here. I'm going to use this TV stand because it kind of reminds me of, you know how when the beach, there's sand and then it goes down, the sand goes down into the sea, and then the glass is kind of like the sea on top, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to use that one. This one, oh, I think we have it the wrong way around. Like that. I'm going to use this same table that I used for Simba's room. I'm also going to add Hey Hey set on here. I'm going to add some of these artworks. I think these two look nice. I'm not sure why. This poster reminds me of the crab. I don't remember his name, but the crab scene where they go down onto the underworld where the monsters are. And it's really bright and luminous, but also dark at the same time. This picture reminds me of that. There is also this, which I wish had a blue swatch, but we might just do it in the white. This one also is of Under the Sea, and this one does have a blue swatch. So maybe we could use that one instead. We need something in this corner. I'm just gonna add this here because it reminds me of the Heart of Tafiti, and I know it isn't, because obviously she had to give that back, but it's kind of like a cute little reminder for her of the Heart of Tafiti and the journey she had to go on. So I'm going to leave this little mirror there. I'm just going to add these butterflies, the same that we added in Pocahontas's room, just in a different swatch. I wanted to add in how her grandmother turned into a stingray, but I couldn't find anything that was remotely like a stingray. So I thought these kind of look like how the stingray lights up in the water. So I've added them. I'm going to add this little salt lamp because that is what you find in the sea, just to go along with the sea theme. I added this little candle here. Also, this reminds me of Maui's hook. I did manage to find another chicken that looked a lot more like Hey Hey. So I've added him back onto that chair. I can't seem to find a pig, so I'm going to add a pink sheep instead. So I finished Moana's room. So over here we have this desk with the salt lamp and Maui's hook. We have her two little friends here, pink sheep, which is supposed to be a pig, and Hey Hey. I added these little boards on the wall. I added Maui's hook to the wall. I did also add, it's a green egg, but I'm going to say that's the Heart of Tafiti. And yeah, that is Moana's room done. I think it turned out so good. Okay, so we're on to our final room for the downstairs of this house. For this, we're going to be doing... For Mulan, I'm going to use these walls. For the floor, I'm going to do some red tiles. I've just added a few banners to the walls. And then over on this side, I know they have like a wall where they kind of go to pray and worship their ancestors. So I'm going to try sort of recreate that. So not only am I going to add some kitchen things on here, I'm also going to add a lot of candles. So I finished this side. I added some shelves with mostly lights and little statues, but then a couple of kitchen stuff. And then I added this little section where it has, I did add Musu. I know that this isn't about him, but I did add him. And yeah, so this is this kind of temple kind of area where they can come and speak to their ancestors and get guidance and advice. So now we need to add the actual kitchen because this is what this room is about. I think I'm going to add these ones for the kitchen. I think I'm going to have the fridge here, this fridge. For the cooker, I'm going to use this one and we'll put it here. For the sink, I think I'm going to use this in that colour to match. I'm going to add a couple of plants, so this one, but then there's also a blossom tree. And I don't know why, I have a distinct memory. I think it's in Mulan 2. There's a scene with the blossom tree, and it's the very start scene, and they're in a field with some kids, and then there's the blossom tree. So I'm going to add that, but just in red. There's a lot of space here. Oh, we need a dining table. Either something like that, something like this could be quite cool in the black, or possibly we could add this one. Well, there is a longer one actually. I think we might add this in the center of the room, but then have this one at the side. I'm gonna add the matching chairs and then just pull it in a little bit. I might actually add a small rug over here. Ooh, I like that. So this is Mulan's kitchen done. We have this little section over here with the tapestries where they can go and speak and get guidance from their ancestors. We have the actual kitchen just with the essentials there. Then we have this little section with the knives on the table because obviously she sneaks out and she takes that knife and cuts her hair and sneaks off to the wall. And just some little lanterns, and I think it turned out really nice. So that is all 5 rooms done. If you want to see me do the upstairs with a next set of Disney characters, then let me know in the comments and let me know which characters you want to come out next. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more of my Sims 4 videos.